Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to today's Bitcoin video update on Wednesday 27th of October. And I want to talk about Bitcoin in general and what it did today because we broke out of this potential falling wedge out there. We went up, but I'm going to give you the reasons why we actually we hit our head here. Do you see this line? This line here is very important because this is your all-time high right there. Okay, if I actually go to the daily time frame right there, I'm gonna kind of zoom out a little bit here, and you can see that I draw this line some few days ago. Okay, and this line is just so important. Look at that, something like this. Actually, if we do not count the wick, if I don't take the wick very seriously, then this trend line, this all-time high, starts there. Do you see that? It starts there, and this is exactly where you hit your head. You've hit your head once there, you've hit your head twice there, and you have a reaction towards the downside. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and zoom in very quickly on the 4-hour time frame, like that, and yeah, I'm gonna remove the drawings here. So what's happening with Bitcoin? What's happening with Bitcoin? I'm gonna hide this EMAs a little bit, and I'm gonna show you some area of influences. Okay, and these areas of influence, do you see? I'm gonna start with this box right here. Do you see this box right there? Okay, back in 15th of October, we were consolidating here. We went up, we went down, we went up, we went down, and we finally broke out of this area from here, came back for the retest, and we moved towards the upside. So what's the technical target when you are consolidating in this box? Okay, I'm gonna take that to the top there, and you can see this takes you nearly the all-time high, which was $63,000, and I did give this price target. I did make a video explaining wherever you break out, you're gonna go to 63,000, and exactly we did the same thing. Now the reason why I'm telling you this area is important because we had an area of resistance and which turned into support, and we also had a level of support which also turns into resistance. Okay, now you've already seen me explaining that this line is important. This is your all-time high, and there's a huge block right there. Okay, so we do have a very big pressure on this area. This is a very big pressure area to cross, and to be exactly, that's gonna be $64,000. Okay, that's $64,000. Now we did break out of this falling wedge right there. We try to go a little bit higher, we came down. Okay, we find support at this level. Okay, you see, at this level was important because first touch, second touch, there's third touch, numerous touch in here, another touch in there, and we had another touch in there. And you see, as soon as we broke this resistance, this support, we went all the way down, and we find another support at this level where we're consolidating back, at least like 10 to 13 days ago. Okay, so this is another area of support, and I see it has to be held. This has to be held, and I'm gonna show you based on Fibonacci retracement, considering the fact that this was your top 67,000 and this was recent swing low right there. So I'm gonna draw some Fibonacci, and let's see if we had a resistance at this area, that we touched. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna take the top to the bottom right there, like that, and as you can see, this is where the 0.618 also is. Do you see the golden ratio lies at the 64,000 region? Okay, now sometimes the prices do not really go all the way to 0.618. okay, now we can make the fact that 0.5 was a huge level to break. Okay, this acted as a huge resistance. So Bitcoin, it does have a lot of work to do. It has have a lot to prove that it can actually go back, cross the golden ratio, and we're good to go towards the 72,000 region, which is my price target. Okay, now I'm not saying that this is invalidated or anything. Okay, because we did have an inverse head and shoulders in the daily, and based on the daily, we are actually in a technical target of 72,000 regardless of this falling wedge or the fib retracements. Okay, on a larger, higher time frame, we're still towards even 100k. Okay, now we're just having some small retracement, but there's a bullish scenario that I want to give you very quickly for Bitcoin right there, and this is, you're making a potential double bottom right here. Do you see that? And that's actually bullish. So now what I can say is, you're having this thing as a level of support. If you break this, If you break 60,270, the next target you're looking at is 58,500. Okay, so do keep that in mind. Do keep that in mind. Okay, I've already shown you the level of support and the level of resistance. You break this, okay, you break this level of support, you find the next support right there. You break this level of support, you're going to find another level of support right there. Okay, and if I go on the daily time frame, I'm going to show you another thing. Okay, I'm going to show you something else on the daily time frame. I'm going to bring Bitcoin in here a little bit. Yep, like this, and you can see that this level was never lost. Okay, this was never lost. For example, we had a touch there, we went up. We had another touch there, we went up. Another touch there, in here, in here. We have like 6 to 7 touches. Okay, so this is a very strong area of support. Do you see that? Okay, if we lose this, we come down, retest, fail, we go down. We go to this level. This is your next support. Okay, this is your next support, which is the 58,450 to be exact. We could even go a little bit to 57,000, just a quick wick. Okay, now you could also see another scenario, just the same way as we had a very long quick there. Do you see this very huge quick right there? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit in here. This one, do you see this wick? Okay, and then we quickly went all the way back up, and the body closed above the support level. Okay, we might see another really small quick wick like this and go back up. Okay, this is also a scenario. So what I recommend is you do not trade at the moment. Okay, because when the prices are moving sideways, it's really painful to actually trade. Okay, now if it does come down here, this is a very good entry point. Okay, that's a very good entry point. But for me personally, even 60,000 is still cheap. What difference does it make when Bitcoin goes to 200K and you look back and you say, oh, I entered at 60K, that's fine, it's okay. Or you entered at 58K, it doesn't make a huge difference. Okay, now if we lose this level now, if you lose this level, which is 58,500, the next level you're looking at is the 53,900 level. And on the daily, if I show you the 20 EMAs, I'm gonna remove this. Okay, we have the 20 EMA right there, and you can see it's coming near here, and it's getting a massive support because of the 20 EMA also. Okay, so we might not lose this level at all. If we lose this level, here's the 55. Okay, that's the 10. I'm gonna hide the 10. Here's the 55. It's creeping a little bit up to this support level. You lose this level, okay, you're looking for a 53 to 54,000. But on the weekly, as I said before, okay, on the weekly we have 3 white soldiers, and I don't want this level to be lost. Okay, this is a level that I don't want to see being lost, because it invalidates these 3 white soldiers. Okay, these 3 white soldiers, it's gonna be invalidated. So Bitcoin on the weekly time frame is still bullish. Okay, we might see next week we go a little bit higher. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today's Bitcoin update. The next coin I want to talk about, based on some request, is TLM. This is, I think it's an NFT gaming token or a coin. Yeah, I'm gonna get into this one very quickly. Okay, so let's see through technical analysis what TLM has been doing very recently. I'm just gonna zoom in, zoom out a little bit right there. Yep. Before I give you the small time frame areas, I'm gonna go into the higher time frame, okay, as well. So it launched in the Binance. Okay, launched in the Binance, and we had a very long wick right there. Okay, so I was experimenting this coin some few days ago, and I took my fibs, I draw them from the top to the bottom right there. Okay, and I was thinking, man, if we did cross the 0.618, then we are looking for $96. Could it is now, based on charts, that's really true, but I don't think it's a good idea that I take this wick at the moment. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore this one, because that's unrealistic price prediction. Okay, there are three ways of analysis. Okay, one is technical analysis, one is fundamental analysis, the news and this and that, and one is, I think, semantic analysis. Okay, sometimes you have to use logic, sometimes you just use logic, and I don't think psychologically it's a good idea to take the fibs as considering this as your top, and I think it's a good idea to consider this as your top because we had two touches right there. So this might be your top instead taking the wick. Okay, now I'm gonna take this one as my top and I'm gonna draw it all the way down to the bottom. And as you can see, TLM, I'm gonna zoom in on TLM here, and I'm gonna look what TLM was doing and behaving back in that time. And yeah, so TLM, we went all the way down here. We try to come up, and you can see we hit our head on the 0.618. We never really crossed the 0.618. Look at that. Look how much of a resistance we have. Now what happened? What could have happened if we crossed the 0.618? We are looking for another price target of $4, $4.3, okay, for TLM. But we never actually crossed that. Now we came down, we find support at the 0.382, okay? Do you see this? This is a level of support right there. This is your level of support. This one never gets lost. If you ever see TLM coming all the way down below 0.178, you're looking for 0.122, and that's without any question, okay? Then the next level of support is going to be the 0.236, but at the moment it's looking good. It's looking to respect this price level, and as a matter of fact, we have one touch here, which is this last moving trend line. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit, and you can see this trend line right there is being respected at the moment, and we're kind of making this symmetrical triangle. And if this continues to play out, we might see a decision for TLM until 22nd of November, okay? So it might go up and down, come a little bit down here, go up and down, break out, and finally go back to where you formed that triangle, okay? Which is the price level of 0.88, and that's, I do believe TLM can do 0.88 in the midterm, okay? Don't sleep on this coin. This is a price that could be achievable. In my opinion, we're looking for a higher target for $4 in the longer run, in the bull, maybe in the end of the bull run. You know, it can rise like a giant all of a sudden, okay? You never know about crypto. Things can go pick up pretty quickly. You can look at SHIB. What is SHIB doing? Okay, it's doing the same thing. Now I'm gonna dive into the short term frames, and let's see what I can find, resistances that I can find in the short term frame. So I'm gonna zoom in there, and I'm gonna hide the Fibonacci's, the EMAs, so that we can analyze. Now we did have an area of consolidation. This is a consolidation box, up and down, up and down, up and down. We try to break out. It was a fake out. We find resistances due to the previous, this resistance line right there, and then we came all the way down. Look, we came all the way down, lost this level of support, okay? This was a fake out, huge two fake outs, and as a matter of fact, that was a double bottom, which is a bad news, okay? We came all the way down, we lost this level of support, and what was a support here? Do you see this support? It later on turned into resistance here. That's the beauty of crypto, okay? But a nightmare for people who are trading. What was support turns into resistance, and what was the resistance later on can turn into support, okay? It's just a switch and a flip of different coins, okay? And TLM, yeah, I don't know what to say about TLM, but if you're looking for an entry, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna extend this resistance a little bit to the right side, okay? You do have a level of resistance there. When you want to go up, you might go up like this, find huge resistance right there. Do you see that? And this resistance is because you have this line as resistance and this previous trend line as resistance as well, okay? And in the smaller time frame, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually take this September down. This was your high right there to the low, and I'm gonna place the Fibonacci retracement, and look at that, we already find resistance at the 0.382. Do you see that? We've never crossed the 0.382. We're having trouble with the 0.382. The next level is the 0.5, and the 0.5 once again is it's actually touching this previous resistance that I showed you. Another level of resistance, the 0.618, and it's also this trend line right there. So yeah, TLM has a lot of work to do. Another resistance that you find on TLM is the 0.786, which is the 0.3313. And I'm gonna zoom out so that I can give you a clear picture right there. So do you see this? I took this top and I took this bottom, placed the fibs Okay, we're respecting this 0.236 right now. We're struggling to go to the 0.382. What I want to see for TLM, the bullish scenario for me is we go back, okay, retest the 0.618, cross the 0.786, and in the midterm you're good to go to the 0.80. And this one also in the larger time frame, I already showed you the 0.618 also lies in the larger time frame. Okay, so in the midterm you're looking at a 0.80. In the long term I'm looking for a $4 if we ever cross the other 0.618. Okay, so the question is, do you have to take an entry? You might take an entry, but to be more sure, to be more solid, okay, if you wanna do a very very safe trade, a profitable trade, because one of the most important thing is to look for an entry, I would suggest don't buy anything at the moment. Okay, now don't get me wrong, because there's no any big decision yet. Okay, and for me the biggest decision that will come for TLM is when you cross two important level. When you get out of this symmetrical triangle breakout, retest successful, you go up. That's the first scenario. And the second scenario for me, of course, is if you break the 0.618 here and you keep moving towards the upside, then I might say, hey, take an entry. It's looking good. We're moving towards the upside. So it is gonna have a sideways continuation until 22 of November. Okay, keep that in mind. And that's it for TLM. The next coin I want to talk about is Chiliz. I saw yesterday Chiliz was doing amazing. Okay, I did made a yeah, in here Chiliz, I made a symmetrical triangle that has been broken. Okay, it has been broken, and I want to show you the bullish scenario right here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna like go back to the days. There was a when Chili's launched, you had this level of accumulation, I guess, and this was your resistance. This back in the days, this used to be a huge resistance right there. We broke out, retest, again broke out, retest, and look at that, we went all the way. It was a very parabolic move all the way towards the upside. Now I'm going to zoom in here to the latest charts. Okay, and I did made a video 4 days ago, and I posted that video about Chiliz, and I told you we're trapped in this symmetrical triangle back in March. Okay, ever since March until in nearly the end of October now. Oh, but there's a bad news again. Okay, I did see a small breakout of Chili's here, but you can see once again we're back in the triangle. Okay, the retest has failed. For me, look how important the retests are. We're still back inside this triangle. Okay, we haven't broken out of it just yet. The bullish scenario for me is, but Chili's is doing a little bit good. Okay, it's doing good. If you see Chili's going up, it comes down for the retest, holds this line of support, then I'm going to tell you the next targets for Chili's, yeah, on the longer time frame. You are bounded to go back from where you formed that triangle, and that's 0.9, I guess it's 0.94, okay, dollars. So do keep in mind for Chili's. I'm not going to dive into bigger details right now, but I'm going to of course look at the shorter time frame and try to see if there's anything going on. And yeah, there's a good news, by the way. There's a good news based on the daily, and that is the inverse head and shoulders. Okay, this is your inverse head and shoulders, which we've broken out. Yeah, this is your left shoulder, your head, this is your right shoulder, and it seems to me that you just broke the head and shoulders. You're coming down for the retest of the neckline, and you're good to go. So what's the next technical target? You take the top there to the bottom right there, and wherever you break out, wow, you're going all the way back to 0.42, and that also breaks, it also breaks this huge resistance. And for me, that's bullish. And if you might come down for the retest, and you're good to go to 0.94. Now I want to confirm this through the fib retracements as well. So I'm going to take the top there to the bottom there, yeah, and that actually tells you you're gonna cross the golden ratio. You're also gonna cross the 0.786. So what's your next resistance point? 0.6493. Yeah, so before we go straight all the way up, and you can see The 2.272 is the 0.9653. Do you see that? So the fibs are aligning so well with the previous high. Okay, if I extend the fibs, you can see that that price level there, this price 2.272, it actually matches very well. We're going to extend this line a little bit like that, and do you see it matches very well with the last all-time high right there. Okay, so yeah, these are Fibonacci retracement. Take advantage of them. It tells you a lot. It tells you a lot of the picture. So keep in mind for this scenario for Chilis. And yeah, so thank you so much. I guess I'm gonna end the video here. These are three coins. I'm gonna meet you with the next videos for Solana and SHIB as well. And yeah, thank you so much for the support. I really mean it when I say it. Okay, I say this all the time. Thank you. And the response that I'm getting is splendid. Okay, keep it up. I'm gonna keep the videos up as well, and keep tuning in into the channel. Okay, so trade safely, keep grinding, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video update. Allah Hafiz.